Black Light. It's also a play originally. And so I had memorized the dialogue from the beginning portion of it. So that's what I'll be reciting to you. You can ask anybody in that section of Brooklyn, and they will all tell you the very same thing. The neighbors, the minister, Dr. Harper, even O'Hara, the cop on the beat. Why, you mean those two old Brewster sisters? They aren't two sweeter little ladies in the world. Too bad, though, about that nephew of theirs. Too bad. He should charge. Follow me, men. Up St. Juan Hill to Teddy Roosevelt. See what I mean? But the Brewster sisters have another nephew, Mortimer. He's a dramatic critic on a New York paper, and he's always considered himself quite sane, until tonight. Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, I have news for you. I'm going to marry Elaine Harper. Oh, Mortimer, how nice. Our minister's daughter. Really, Mortimer? We ought to celebrate. Not tonight, darlings. I've got to pick up Elaine and get back to town. I have to cover a play tonight. Well, I do hope it's something you like for once. What's the name of it, dear? Murder Will Out. I bet I can write the review without even seeing it. I always said you were talented, dear. Same old tripe. When the curtain goes up, first thing you see is a dead body. Well, maybe you won't actually see it. It'll be hidden somewhere, like in this window seat. Then someone will come on, walk in sort of casually, lift the cover of the window seat like this. Why, Mortimer, dear, what's the matter? Abby, hey, Martha, there's a dead man in there. Now, look, aunties, let me say it again. Slowly, there's a body in the window seat. Yes, dear, we know. You know? Well, of course. Oh, honestly, I never thought Teddy would ever get... Listen, you're planning on sending him to that sanitarium. Happydale? Yes, dear, it's all arranged. Elaine's father brought the papers over this afternoon. Here they are, all ready for Teddy to sign. Well, he's got to sign them right away, tonight. If they ever find out he's killed a man, they'll... Oh, Teddy didn't do that. He did. He didn't? Now, Mortimer, just forget about it. Just forgot you even saw the gentleman. Forget? We never dreamed you'd peek. But, who is he? His name is Hoskins. Adam Hoskins. That's all I really know about him, except that he's a Methodist. Yes, but, what's he doing here? What happened to him? He died. Aunt Martha, men just don't get into window seats and die. No, Mortimer, he died first. But how? Oh, Mortimer, don't be so inquisitive. The gentleman died because he drank some wine with poison in it. Elderberry wine. But how did the poison get in the wine? Oh, we put it in the wine because it's less noticeable. When it's in tea, it has a distinct odor. You put it in the wine? Yes. We put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat because Elaine's father was coming for tea. Then you knew what you've done? You didn't want Dr. Harper to see the body. Well, not a tea. That wouldn't be very nice. Now, Mortimer, you can forget all about it. Teddy's out in Panama right now. Panama? You know, the cellar. He always calls the cellar Panama. And the steps over there are San Juan Hill. He's out in Panama now, digging the locks. You mean bury Mr. Hoskins in the cellar? Of course, dear. That's what we do with the others. Well, I don't think you should. Others. The other gentleman. Wait. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. When you say others, you mean others, like more than one? Oh, yes, this is 11, isn't it, Abby? No, dear, this makes 12. Well, you really shouldn't count the first one. After all, he just died. Just died? Well, Martha means without any help from us. Mr. Midgley was his name. He was a Baptist, and he came here looking for a room. It was right after you moved to New York, Mortimer. It didn't seem right to leave that lovely room empty with so many people needing it, so we advertised and Mr. Midgley applied. He was so lonely, no kith or kin. We felt so sorry for him. And when his heart attack came and he sat there dead in that chair, remember, Martha? It was like old times. Yes. Grandfather was a good doctor, you know. He always had a cadaver or two around the house. Only Teddy insisted that Mr. Midgley was a yellow fever victim and had to be buried at once. So we buried him in Panama. Yes, he looked so peaceful, didn't he, Abby? Oh, so serene. And we made up our minds right then and there that if we could help other lonely old men find that same peace, we would. So that's how it all started, with that man walking in and dropping dead. Oh, well, of course we realized we couldn't rely on that. Mortimer, always happening, so Mortimer, you know those jars of poison that have been sitting up in Grandfather's laboratory all these years? And your Aunt Martha has such a knack for mixing things. Well, dear, for a gallon of elderberry wine, I take 1 teaspoonful of arsenic and a half a teaspoonful of strychnine and just a pinch of cyanide. It should have quite a kick. Oh, yes, yes. As a matter of fact, one of our gentlemen found time to say, how delicious. Look, aunties, I don't know how to explain it to you, but you can't do things like this. It's against the law. It's not a nice thing to do. This has developed into a very bad habit. Mortimer, we don't stop you from doing things you like to do. Why should you interfere with us? Because, listen, I've got to rush into town and cover that play. Do a lot of things. There's not a minute to spare. Are you sure you haven't time for dinner? I'm gonna try a new recipe. Thanks. I couldn't eat a thing. That's it.